So it's Saturday, it is about 12:30. I am just setting up the studio again. I had a band practice on Thursday night for worship team, and I basically didn't unpack it all day Friday, and I've got some tracks to record today for a friend, so let's get into it.
Day 2.
So it's Sunday, it's the day after I started filming yesterday. I got on quite well with the guitar parts. I guess it's kind of what the thumbnail will say. It's probably recording guitar for other people or how to go about it. So there won't be much guitar playing in this video because the track that I'm recording for isn't released yet. So I won't be posting any of it apart from a little snippet yesterday, which has no lyrics or anything in it. So so I guess a little chat about how to go about recording guitar for other people, or even just coming up with a guitar parts yourself. I think for me, a lot of the time if I'm recording for another person or an artist, it then depends on what they want, because at the end of the day, if it's not me that's personally wrote it, or if it's my song, then I'm just there to get the sound that they want for their track to them. That's basically it, using every tool within my disposal, whether that's my different guitars, whether that's routing pedals a different way than I normally do, because sometimes just changing things up is really good for creativity in general, and it's just really good to sometimes not do the same thing that you've done forever. And that's kind of been what I've been trying to do with this one. So I wouldn't really use a lot of modulation or to try and make things sound lo-fi, but that's the kind of vibe that the song is going for, so that's what I'm going for. I'm even specifically using like an Isotope vinyl plugin in Logic to actually make it sound even more like what the artist wants. But even as far as to go and say that it's also good to just to play different stuff, find notes that you don't think will fit in your normal pentatonic shape scale, if that's what you use all the time, and just play it if it sounds right. I think a lot of the times that I've maybe came up with a line or a riff that's ended up being like quite a standout part of a song, it's mainly just been a bit of exploration in the guitar in times before recording, instead of just a spur of the moment thing. It's been a lot of maybe playing what I think is right, and then just obviously giving multiple guitar tracks a different ideas, and sometimes the artists use like what I would have called a throwaway track is like a main part because I've maybe came up with a part and thought this is awesome, but I'll also give them like 2 or 3 other ones, and the ones that I've maybe been like it's okay, or that I would have thought wouldn't be my first pick has been their pick for the track, and then it's turned out really well. So yeah, I would always say trust your ears. I would also say trust your guitar knowledge as well. Like if you have been, like for me just now, I've been going through the Cage system in depth to try and learn it more. I've been doing it with a guitar tutor because it's something that I didn't really put a lot of work into once I'd learned my E shapes and my A shapes. Going into 7th chords and going into extended chords is something that I'm learning now, and it's also something that I'm putting into my practice time, but also putting into how the notes connect in different shapes of the scale, and also how that connects to the Cage system, all helps in finding a different way in how to play something that ends up being what I use for recording. And I guess my third tip would be just to play about with effects. I think a lot of the times inspiration for me comes from also learning something new in the guitar. So like I said, I was learning cage system, but also just from effects. I have an HX Stomp in front of me, and a Kemper that I feel like, I guess people watching this video would be like, he's got every single effect option under the sun, but there's still things that I haven't used in the Stomp. Some things that I haven't used in the Stomp yet that I might just say, oh, I haven't tried this modulation effect, or I haven't tried this fuzz, and that could be the turning point to come up with something. I tend to keep the pedals that I have on my board because these are the ones I use all the time, but I've also got pedals on a shelf. Like I've got a couple of fuzz pedals that may be specifically for playing on Sundays, or playing just practicing myself. Is something I might not use all the time, so it doesn't get a space on my board every time. But I've also got the option to patch it in outside the board and still be able to use it, and maybe run a fuzz after a reverb, or run a fuzz before, or just change up how I play with the pedals. Can help me create a new sound that inspires me to write a part for a song. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this kind of vlog thing. I haven't really taken it out of the camera out of the house this weekend, but I guess a lot of it's been in here, and then I guess today it's been in church, and I didn't feel like I needed to take the camera. It was a pretty special moment to just be there, and yeah, to see real people again, which is nice. So yeah, thank you guys for listening to the ramble. A normal video will resume next week or the week after. And yeah, guys, thanks for sticking around, thanks for subscribing, thanks for still being here when it's not the usual creating sounds with pedals videos. And yeah, really appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe.